Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and whatever else you want to call yourself. Pleased to see you all here to listen to us talking rubbish. But today I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I mean, it's well known that normally we come on and then put it bluntly, I start taking the piss out of the Americans. I've done that for the past 60 shows. It's not likely to change, except today it is. Today, I'm going to take the piss out of the British because we've come up with an absolutely glorious set of laws. Doku, I think you know exactly what picture I'm going to talk about. Would you mind getting that ready to show, please?
Uh, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
do that for you.
thank you.
Just
So,
drop it in my DM, and I'll go ahead
it's
and.
already in there. It's the pink one, the podcast. Get the picture up.
Oh, I have the podcast.
Yeah, that's it. Just get the image of that up to show people. Not don't play it. Just show that image there. Okay.
Actually, I'm not 100% sure how to do that.
Uh,
I can pull up the video, but not the picture
oh. Okay. Screw
because
it.
it's the thumbnail.
No worries. I'm very good when it comes to getting all adaptive and shit. So I'm actually going to put the whole thing because after all, I'm going to show respect to the people that actually did this. Okay. Copy. I'll be sending you a picture. I got inventive. Show that picture, please.
Gotcha.
Okay. Right. First of all, I wish to show absolute respect to the Lotus Eaters. They're the people that did this. If you get the option, go along and listen to some of their stuff. It's actually fascinating. I realise some of you aren't fans of Sargon, but he likes to claim he's a liberal. He's lying. He is definitely one of us. Okay, brace yourself, people. Yes, that's right. Now, in this country, because we're absolutely wonderful people and we never do anything bad, rapists are allowed to come in, rape your wife, your daughter, your mother, and your grandmother. And here's the cool thing, all they have to do is apologize, and you want to brace yourself for this one. It doesn't even go on their record. So next time they do it, it counts as their first time.
Wait.
You heard me, right? Yeah. You didn't know that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. I'm happy to repeat it if it sounds confusing to you. They can do whatever they like as long as they apologize. You don't have, it doesn't go on their permanent record. So if they are, for some strange reason, taken to court, have you done this before? No, you haven't. Only 58 times, but no, you haven't. Well, this is your first time.
The I Okay, I have quite a few things I want to say, and I don't know where to begin.
Yeah.
So I want to believe that this is actually just a bad joke.
Mate, that's why I sent you the link so you could watch it yourself, because you might think that I'm just, taking the piss. And I understand why people would think that.
I mean,
But
the
no.
apology thing I expect. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry I sexually assaulted you. Please, I won't do it again. I actually do expect that, especially considering I'm sure someone somewhere at a certain point in time has probably made the argument that that's just how their culture is, and to say against it or to be against it is, somehow bigoted, yada yada yada. I'm sure that argument's been made. It's the as long as they apologize, then it's just it's not on your record. It's like it never happened.
Yes.
Excuse me.
and they actually say that as well.
That is
Assuming you haven't seen it, everyone, do find a podcast of Lotus Eaters, give it a watch, and when they are describing, ignore what they're saying. That's almost secondary, but just look at their faces. Their faces are absolutely glorious. It's that moment of, I don't believe what my mouth is actually saying. Nope, I've got nothing to do with my mouth. It's nothing to do with me. What the bloody hell is going on? Oh, sorry, we've gone past 5 minutes. What the fuck is going on?
oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So, you can now unleash the beast. You wanted something to give you rage? There you go.
see. Oh, first off, I'm gonna stop sharing this because I can.
There's only so much you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got to get rid of that because it's annoying the shit out of me. No pun intended, by the way.
Yeah. Yes. Oh,
Uh,
and one moment. Yet again, TC, thank you very much for the picture that you sent us. You'll notice it does get used, and I think it's absolutely awesome. So thank you.
oh yes, I also thank you, TC. I very much do enjoy that icon, and it feels like we're now officially internet people.
Yeah.
Are we real internet people, gents? Am I a real boy? Oh no, don't. I need to take that back. A certain a certain group might find me, and they might have to apologize to me for doing things.
Yeah, you really want to think about that, okay? Especially after what we've just been showing, okay? Just
That's the thing. You mentioned rage. I should be upset, and I am, but it hasn't. It hasn't. I want to be careful about my wording here.
Oh yeah, you know I'm waiting for it, don't you?
I know that there's a reason I'm thinking about my wording because I know it will get twisted.
Me? Twist it? I
Nah,
don't know
that
what
would
you're
never
talking
happen.
about. Ah, me good Zomzom. Well, no.
I can't use the word but, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But it is one of those things I should be upset about, but I'm more taken aback. I'm just kind of shocked. I'm like, have we really gotten to this point where like, nah, we need to be tolerant. So it doesn't matter if you sexually assault people, just as long as you apologize. The tolerance is more important. Like, have we really gotten to this point? Is this where we're at? Has tolerance gotten to the degree of it's not just about like your MAPs, your maps. I'm sure people know what that is, and if you don't, you can go look it up for yourself. It
Yes.
we're not even about we're not even about uh, calling out groomers and the child dingly dangly people. We're actually at the
Nick,
point where we're apologizing for the people who physically act against people sexually, even if
yes.
it's against their will. Like,
Dude, just call him young blood. We all know exactly what that means. And yes, I did get that from Oh my god. Again, shout out to him.
he would come up with something like that, and it is brilliant.
Yes.
Well, how much do we actually care about this channel, Jensen? How many
Really?
fucks do we have to give?
1 minute, let me check my back pocket. No, no. Oh, hold it. I've checked down the back of the sofa. Damn, I can't find any fucks to give. Sorry, mate.
Ah, well, in that case, you know what? I'm not even going to try to dance around the issue.
Mm-hmm.
It has become mainstream.
Oh, hold it, hold it, hold it. It might be something in those trails. No, no, no fucks. All yours.
Oh, okay. As long as there's none to give,
Absolutely none.
then forward march. It has become mainstream to defend rapists along with pedophiles and groomers. And if you dare call them out, like Libs of TikTok does, then the internet, or at least the powers that control the internet, will ban you, suspend you, and also support the people that send you death threats. Because
Yes.
how dare you call out the rapists and the groomers and the pedophiles but we need to also defend the rapists and the groomers and the pedophiles. What the fuck timeline are we living in? Hey, you have Google, Twitter, Facebook defending people who literally advocate for, it'll be legal to marry 12-year-olds, and there's nothing you conservative right-wing nut jobs can do to stop us. Excuse me, sir, or ma'am, or it, or zim, or zer, or cake, or pancake, or fairy, or bee. Whatever your fucking pronoun is, I don't care. I'm the crazy one for saying you as a 30-something-year-old man should not be shacking up with a fucking 12-year-old, and you have the fucking gall and audacity to call me the crazy white right-wing extremist bigot. Excuse me, pedophile. Fuck off kindly into a wood chipper.
Why don't you say how you really feel, mate? I can feel you holding back. I really can.
Oh, I've only just begun.
Goody goody.
But this is the point we're at. Like, you have people who are so fucking comfortable that they'll sit there and openly advocate for, like, I should be allowed to shag rag a fucking 8-year-old. And if you dare say that what I'm doing is morally reprehensible, then you're some sort of evil extremist. No, excuse me. I would like to show you a mirror. And also, I would like to smash that mirror over your fucking head.
Yeah, one moment. From Sir Blumpkin. I love how it's classed as conservative value not to condone paedophilia. He's not wrong. It's terrifying that you actually have to look at it in a political fashion to go against paedophilia.
I have said this before.
A while ago, they said that they wanted to bring maps into line and have them join the Alphabet Brigade. Well, they are doing their living best to do so. You have basically, and I say you because let's face it, England's part of this, so we have only really two options. One, roll over and accept it. Two, fight back. Politically, of course.
Well, that's another big issue that I have with people where it's like, I'll use the most recent and most well-known example of this because it's the most recent, most well-known. But when you had the San Francisco Gay Man's Choir come out and say, like, oh, they sang the song about, yes, we'll convert your children because, all the puritanical pearl clutchers are freaking out about, exposing children to the gay and the trans and all of this stuff. And that if you're against it, that just makes you a bigot. And they're going to sing the song because it's a joke and they're mocking you and making fun of you and blah, blah, blah. Except you have gotten things to the point where teachers will take children to a fucking bar and have them put dollar bills into a man's garter while he's dressed up as a woman, and then they shake their ass in front of the kid while you have a neon sign in the background saying it won't lick itself, and this is totally fine and okay, and if you're against it, then you're just a bigot. Excuse me, I am not the bigot. You're a fucking pedophile, and you're engaging in an act of child abuse, and you should be thrown in a fucking wood chipper.
Yes.
And I'm not going to apologize for saying that. No. I do not need to tolerate your degenerate, bigoted, and I will say you're the fucking bigoted one for thinking that this is okay to do for children. I'm not the bigoted one. I'm the one trying to defend fucking kids. Let them eat boogers and play with worms, you fucking weirdos.
The playing with worms could be considered a bit of a problem with some of the creatures. Please remember this.
Oh, but, yeah, you know I was going there. I should have thought about that before I said anything, but well played.
You should. In all fairness, if they want to call me a bigot, go ahead. Yes, I'm a bigot. I am a proud bigot that doesn't diddle children. Where's the bad thing there again? I'm sorry, I'm a bit confused.
No, I agree with you. If I'm a bigot for not wanting to engage in sexual acts with a prepubescent child, then call me a bigot all you want. At least it doesn't make me a fucking pedophile.
Again, from Sir Bumpkin, worm lives matter.
Well, not for long, apparently.
Oh my, what is wrong with this world? I, you know, I know how old I am. I think I've said, fuck it, I'll just say it. I'm 34, but I feel like I'm heading into my 60s because what the fuck is wrong with this world? Honestly, this isn't right by any stretch of the imagination.
I I wish I had an answer for you, and I don't, because I I never thought I would see the day where me calling out a pedophile as a pedophile and saying that wanting to engage in sexual acts with a fucking 5 to 8 year old child is wrong suddenly makes me a bigot, and now I have people trying to attack me and say like, no, we need to accept this because tolerance, and so it's like, no, people like you need to not exist anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But
I'm the bigot though, because I'm against people emotionally scarring children for their own personal pleasure and entertainment. That makes me a terrible person. I don't want them to grow up and around the once they actually go through puberty, assuming they actually make it that far and they don't mutilate themselves due to some other weird social pressures, that they actually make it to the age of 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, that they can legally have their first beer without any type of mental scarring and damage to the point where they want to jump off a bridge and kill themselves, or worse, go do a scary thing that also the same people who, and I'll put this nicely.
mm,
The same people who want to sit there and say we should accept the kitty diddlers
hmm
and also put children on medicine and medication because hyperactive children are totally not normal, right? It
hmm
definitely need to hop them up on fucking medication because I don't know, mommy and daddy are too busy like going to fucking swinger parties or smoking cigars or doing what the fuck ever it is those narcissistic pieces of shit do. Uh, but whatever they're doing, they're definitely not taking care of their children. They're just leaving that in the hands of the state. And then the state turns around and says, like, oh, you like to wear dresses? Let me cut your dick off. And then all of a sudden you're surprised that you have fucking kids who want to go shoot up schools and now guns are the problem. I hate to break it to you. Guns aren't the problem. Everything I just listed is the problem. You putting kids on medication for acting like kids, that's a problem. Parents who are not doing their job as parents, that's a problem. The school that is trying to take the jobs of parents but have absolutely no emotional investment in the children. I don't care what they say, but they are not emotionally invested in the children. They want to use them as a surrogate for their own political ideology. They're a problem. Trying to tell children who don't understand what sex is, they should be taught about sex because they're so underdeveloped. They haven't gone through puberty. So we need to tell them what trans is. Yeah, that's a problem. You confuse them because they're children. And then when they grow up and they're like, oh shit, I cut off my dick. Now I'm actually gone through puberty and it I regret what I did. Oh shit, I cut off my tits. I'm actually a girl, but I'll never have tits again. Let me commit suicide. Let me take it out on the school system. Let me take it out on my friends. Let me go commit murder. It maybe you're the fucking problem. Is it just me or has logic died?
But Doku, you forget something. It's easier just to blame guns than actually try and deal with all these other things.
Well, the whole reason they want to blame guns is because the people that are actually law-abiding citizens, the ones that still have fucking logic, the ones that will actually defend children from these fucking whack job fucking pedophile lunatics, are the people who will never give up their guns. So of course they're
Yes,
going to attack guns.
of course.
It,
Fun,
these
fun,
people
isn't it?
are these people are fucking malicious. They are evil. They are manipulative. They are vindictive, and they hate you. And if they don't hate you, I guarantee you they at least bare minimum hate your children.
Yeah.
And I know everyone's like, well, why are you so concerned about the children? You're clutching pearls. I'm not the one that wants the kid. I'm not the one that wants the fucking 8-year-old boy to cut his dick off. And I'm not the one that wants the 12-year-old girl to cut off her tits and pretend either one is a boy and one's a girl. I understand the difference between make believe and dress up versus actual permanent physical altercations. The shit that you lunatics are trying to push on kids who don't understand the long term implications of it.
Yeah. You meant alterations, but it's cool.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Altercation is how we feel about this. Alteration is what they're doing.
You're 100% correct. And I said it was going to be early morning rage. I
You
feel like
did?
I'm, but this shit does piss me off. And what pisses me off the most about this is if we speak out against it.
We're the
Oh,
bad guys.
yeah, we're the bad guys. Like the ones who are creating let's look at the rate of suicide, especially amongst the community that has their celebratory month. We're on day 14 of their celebratory month.
Mm.
What is the suicide and self-harm rate amongst your community? Why is that? Maybe we should talk about that. Now, what is the suicide and self-harm rate amongst the community that is celebrating their month of pride right now
Mm-hmm.
amongst 12 to 18-year-olds? Because I guarantee you the people that were just afraid of coming out, the ones, back in the 80s and the 90s when this, the whole parade kicked off,
Mm-hmm.
versus what it is today, it ain't just I am this way, this is what I'm attracted to, please don't discriminate against me. No, now what it is you're forcing shit on kids who don't know what the flying fuck you're talking about, because they're not mentally developed enough and they're not emotionally developed enough, and they sure as hell are not sexually developed enough. They do not understand this. But we need to teach them this thing, because if we don't, then they'll never understand it. And if they don't grow up to understand it, no, fuck off. You are the fucking problem. It's not about
Yep.
tolerance at this point in time. And if me saying this upsets people, I really do not give a fuck. This is not about tolerance. This is about you forcing an ideology onto other people. Whether they agree or disagree with it is irrelevant. And also, the most disgusting part is you are targeting children. That is
Doku,
unacceptable, period.
Doku, pause, take a breath. Maddie, do yourself, actually, I'm going to question whether I really want to say that. Do yourself a favour and watch the first part of this show, because will that'll give you something to think about. Honestly, I'm not joking. Watch the first few minutes and you will understand completely. And as for your question, so Bumpkin, how did we get here? Bloody good question, mate. When I came back from the military, things made sense to me. Then I came back to this shit, and I swear to you, I have gone through some sort of warp ass tunnel and gone into crazy world, because I do not recognize this as a world that I went to fight. Went off to fight for. I really don't. I don't know what's happened.
I
Okay,
can tell
Doki.
you I can tell you exactly how we got here.
Oh, go on, impress me.
It's actually really simple.
Yeah,
It's stupidly simple.
yeah.
It got to the there was a mindset that was injected into society roughly around the 60s and the 70s, where we just need to be cool, man. Just
Hmm.
accept stuff. It'll be fine. And it leads to a certain outcome. And when you let things go to a certain ideological extreme, they will achieve ideological extremes. If you're not allowed to criticize those extremes, well, guess what? Guess where we end up? This is the idea, or this is the idea of like blind tolerance accepts everything, including that which will seek to destroy itself. That's what we've done. We've basically made tolerance we've put it up on such a pedestal that if you're tolerant, then you're a saint, you're great, you're beautiful, you could do no wrong. But if you're intolerant, you're the devil, you're evil, you're to be cast out of society, no one should ever listen to you, you're the worst trash that's ever existed. And what has happened? The tolerant have accepted the trash, and the intolerant are the only ones who are free of said trash. It's funny how that game works, because right now people would call me intolerant, and there
You
are
want
certain things I openly admit I am intolerant of, like, I don't know, pedophilia.
you want to chuckle, dear? You realise that it is now acceptable to be intolerant the intolerant, which means you're being intolerant, which means you're intolerant. So technically they should be being intolerant to themselves, but of course they're never going to do this because they are all that's perfect. It's only us that's evil.
You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a
Mhm.
record, baby, right round, round, round.
You're not wrong. And TC says, flower power Doku? Yeah, burn the hippies.
It did kind of start with the flower power generation, except they were tolerant, stupid, but they weren't malicious.
No.
It's gotten to the point of maliciousness.
Yeah.
Hey, what used to be like, we just want to tolerate everyone, live in peace. That's fine. I'm still of the opinion, as long as you're not harming people, as long as you're not making your business my business, as long as you're not fucking with me, I really don't care. You do you. You like the color pink? Go ahead and wear pink. I do not give two shits. I really don't care. But now it's gotten to the point where if you don't wear the color pink, then you're a bigot. And it's like, I don't want to wear the color pink. Then you're a bigot. Well, you have two options. You have one side who's going to say, okay, I don't want to be called a bigot, so I'm going to wear the color pink. And then you have us who says, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I don't
One
care.
sec. Doku, one sec. Maddie, I've sent you a link to that video so you can watch it yourself because I realize it sounds like I'm joking. I, I truly, and I do mean devoutly wish I was. But I've sent it to you. Just enjoy yourself, hon. I can't think why anyone would want to talk about this whatsoever. Carry on,
Oh,
mate.
speaking of which, since you brought that up,
Oh
have you
God, what?
have you seen the commercial for oh, who's the guy that just did the What is a Woman documentary? Matt
Oh,
Walsh?
Matt Walsh. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the ads for that?
No, actually, I haven't. In fact, a good description is it's not being mentioned except by dear old Timmy and the Lotus Eaters.
Do you think they
No one
would
else
copyright
mentions.
do you think they would copyright strike us if we played the ad? Or at least a specific part of it? Because there is
That's
there is
screw it.
one
Do it.
there is one part that I find rather telling.
Well, I mean, technically, we are playing the ad, and we are utterly supportive of this person. So I don't see why we couldn't. You set it up, mate, and you let me know when it's ready to rock. Okay?
Oh crap, this is a full doc. I don't need the full thing.
No, you wanted to put the ad.
More specifically, I just want to find one particular part because I find it to be very telling. And I don't care like if you agree with Matt Walsh. I don't care if you agree with my politics. I don't really care like what your opinion is on like transgender or gender fluidity or anything like that. There are certain things though that
um,
need to be questioned.
is this the bit that's showing the gentlemen in Africa and their
N-
responses?
no, but I do like that. I do like that
That's
clip, but
glorious.
I do like that clip, but no, that's not what I'm
Yeah.
looking for. Let me make sure this is the right clip because it's
Okay. Yeah. I have to say that, but when the
okay.
translator actually looks
Okay.
at him and goes, "Are you serious?" That was brilliant.
Oh
That
yeah, no,
actually
it is
that.
absolutely hilarious seeing the look on their
Yeah,
face. They're like, I love it when it's like, what? It's like there's
yeah.
like, hold on, what? Also, I do like the one old guy's like, you're not a biologist or anything. How do you know you're not a woman? I don't know because I got a dick.
Yep.
It's like, but he's not wrong. Like,
It's a subtle clue.
it's ever so subtle. But the reason I want to highlight this is because I had mentioned earlier that it's not about tolerance or acceptance at this point in time. I do believe it is actually nefarious, and it's because of things like this. And so I'm gonna
Okay.
let me share the screen. Let me find this.
Link go.
1 second. There we go.
Uh, add to stream. Okay.
Oh wait, hold on.
Hmm.
I did not share the audio because
Boomer.
I am what is a boomer?
Well, I'm not a boomerologist, so I couldn't actually tell you.
Oh,
Yes,
there's
I just invented that word.
okay.
Are you ready?
Yep. So I'll just let's put it back to right about here. Okay.
Used in this way. Puberty blockers, which are completely reversible.
Completely reversible.
One of the drugs used is Lupron, right? Which has actually been used to chemically castrate sex offenders.
You know what? I'm not sure that we should continue with this interview.
You don't want to talk about the drugs that you give to kids, or
How can they be?
I'll replay that. I'll replay that just so everybody is on the same page. Like you did not mishear this, and you did not. You saw the reaction, so just to hammer the point home.
In this way. Puberty blockers, which are completely reversible.
Completely reversible.
one of the drugs used is Lupron, right? Which has actually been used to chemically castrate sex offenders.
You know what? I'm not sure that we should continue with this interview.
You don't want to talk about the drugs that you give to kids, or
How can they be removing the healthy breasts of 15-year-old girls?
There are masculine girls. There are feminine boys. What are we going to do about that? Carve them up?
I want everyone to just look at her facial expression. It just
oh crap. Yeah.
It again, but that so everybody likes to talk the funny parts of this, but this is actually, in my opinion, this is why I call this nefarious. You're claiming, oh, it's puberty blockers, it's fine. You are giving children, in some instances, prepubescent children, the same drugs you would use to chemically castrate a rapist. It's totally reversible, though.
But don't forget, especially based on our first conversation, you can't actually do that now because all I have to do is apologize.
Well, I guess technically, if you chemically castrate them, they couldn't do it again. So really, it's just more of an act of aggression. Does that really qualify as a sex crime anymore, considering you are chemically castrated? Oh no, we're gonna have a fucking documentary asking what is rape.
Oh Jesus Christ! I can actually see that happening.
We're already asking what is a woman. I mean,
yeah.
If we're just redefining words, then why not?
Yeah, I don't even know. I actually don't know what to say to this now.
I'm gonna stop sharing that because. Yep. But yeah, this is where we're at, where you have quote professionals saying like, oh yeah, puberty blockers, hormone blockers, perfectly fine, but you use that same chemical to chemically castrate sex offenders, and you're giving it to prepubescent children. I think this interview is done. Why? Why don't you want to talk anymore?
Doku, make sure you're seeing the screen. I'm going to let you read that one out.
It's many instances young children, because they can't research and can't resist parental demands. And I'm not saying that it's just the schools that are doing this. Parents are equally as fucking guilty with some of this shit. There are a lot of parents who are trying to live vicariously through their children. And yes, I do consider that child abuse as well. Like, just because your son likes to play with Barbie dolls, or your girl likes to play football, doesn't mean that you need to go, inject them with chemicals that might or might not have life-changing, permanent, physically altering effects on them, because you're cool with the agenda. Like, no, you can kindly fuck off, and you can let the little boy play with the Barbie dolls, and you can let the little girl go play football. And when they figure out, when they're old enough, when they've gone through their own physical development, they can decide for themselves what they are.
Can I bring in a new level of stupid yet?
I'm not sure how this gets worse, but
it's going to.
Oh boy!
Did you know you actually have to question the sexuality of the animals that you're having for food?
Nani?
It's a silence.
Nani?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, I'm not
Uh,
joking. You can no longer call a chicken a female chicken without actually, and no, I'm not joking, they have said this, inquiring after its gender. That's disturbing, Maddie, isn't it? I mean, just wow.
And that is an annoying, and Maddie, that is an annoying thing where it's like, look, just because I like to wear pants doesn't make me a fucking dude. Like, it's so, it's so fucking ridiculous at this point in time. Like, yeah, I used to have the GI Joes and the Barbies, and I like to make them fight each other because I don't know, I liked anime and I liked watching Sailor Moon fight Goku. By the way, Goku always wins. Just so you know. But
No,
shit is.
one sec, stupid comment time. No TC, I'm asking whether or not we should actually be involved in this. Carry on, mate. Yes, I did.
Is it too early to drink?
No, it's 5 a.m. Sorry, it's 5 p.m. somewhere in the world.
You said 5 p.m. I'm going to assume that's your local time, so I will now appropriate that time because I am an evil bigot.
I say you're disgusting. How dare you? We are about to have somebody come on. You have been informed.
Good, because I would love to hear some other opinions about this because I'm thoroughly disgusted by exactly what we're seeing, and it drives. I'm not gonna say what I was just about to say because there's a bad pun to be made there. But when you look at what is going on, how are you looking at me as the bad person while you're the one advocating for grown men in lingerie shaking their ass in front of the face of a fucking 8-year-old kid? And I'm the bad guy? Like,
yep. Hey, Maddie.
Okay.
Hello.
What's up?
So, before we go any further, did you see the first few minutes of
Yeah,
the show?
I saw the first few minutes, and sure, they can apologize as long as I can put on a set of brass knuckles and smack them in the face when they're done.
I
agree.
don't know what to say to this, but seriously, they can do this, and it doesn't go on any form of permanent record that they're doing it.
Well, you know,
Wow.
to possibly tread on a particular fandom, I think we have stepped into the upside down, and I want to find a way out.
Oh, yes. Hey, Vecnab, come here. Yeah, I completely understand. I really do. It is ridiculous, though. As we said earlier, what happened to this world? Because I honestly, the world I went over to Afghanistan for was actually halfway decent and perfectly reasonable. This world, I don't actually know anymore. I really don't. I'm lost. I really am.
It's just the idiocy has gotten to the point where those of us that still have lucid and logical thoughts are like, is there an uncharted, unclaimed archipelago somewhere where we can all gather and just keep the idiots off our island? Is there one? Can we find one? Because this is the first time I had a discussion with one of those quote unquote trans people, and I told him I was a tomboy. They spent the next, I don't know, 4 or 5 replies on Twitter trying to tell me that I was trans.
Well, I bet that was a shock for you.
rather presumptuous of them.
Exactly. I mean, all my life, I've just like, I'm the kind of person, if you see me wearing a skirt or a dress, it's because I haven't done laundry yet, and that's the only thing left in my closet. Seriously.
In all fairness, if I'm seen in a skirt or a dress, there are a few questions that do need to be asked, but I understand where you're going.
You know, I dated a boyfriend the year that the Titanic movie came out. He kept wanting to take me to see the Titanic, and my only reply was, I know how the movie ends. The ship sinks. Why do I need to go see the movie?
Oh, I'm right behind you with that one. I refuse to watch that damn film. I really do. I have never seen it, and I have no intention of watching it.
You know,
Twister was a better movie.
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh, my kid fell in love with Twister. I don't know how many times I had to sit through that movie and watch it with him. he got to the point where he could recite it word for word, and I'm like, you go, kiddo. You go. You got this.
Although, Maddie, you did bring something up, and I think we can actually find a way to make this work. We don't need to find an archipelago or an island or anything. We just have to convince all these people that the sea levels are actually, in fact, rising. Oh, Maddie.
Yep. Sorry.
Oh, we lost her.
Whoop.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, there she is.
it's what can I say? It's StreamYards. It's weird.
It does things, but
Slower way, so it's par for the course.
Mhm.
But no, we don't have to convince these people that, we don't have to find our own archipelago or island or anything like that. What we do have to do is we need to convince all these other people that despite Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi and all these Hollywood celebrities buying mansions on at coastal properties, we need to convince them that the sea levels are in fact rising, and everybody in the next 10 years will actually drown. And despite Elon Musk being a free speech advocate and everything, he's actually just doing it to keep all the conservative bigots here on Earth because he knows this world's going to end. And he started SpaceX so that everyone can go to Mars and the human race can continue, and then just convince them to, go to Mars.
Yeah.
And then we could it would work.
No, wouldn't it be a real shame if the rockets accidentally went towards the sun, though? That would be a terrible loss. I would hate for that to happen, wouldn't
Oh
you?
no, see that's a waste of carbon. They actually have to go to Mars so they can actually terraform it. We can again, Jensen, you have to figure out how to manipulate the useful idiots.
In that
Yes,
case,
but
we
are they
still,
really useful?
well, they will be when we send them all to the moon and tell them they've got to terraform there.
Well, again,
Yeah.
even let's just say that decay, it breaks down, it will eventually create an atmosphere if you put enough carbon on the surface.
Yeah, but that has been discussed. You literally would have to nuke the planet for it to actually be able to do that, which is
No.
quite funny.
It
Well-
wouldn't work. They wouldn't go to terraform Mars because they don't want to be colonizers. You're missing that particular very
That's
important
also
point.
true.
That's actually a really good point. I didn't consider that. I'll just tell them they're taking back Martian land from the Earthlings.
I can't do that because that would mean that they'll go against, Aborigines, and you can't go up against the Aborigines. Come on, man. Oh, I can't but technically out of these people. They are just it's too easy. They pretty much do most of the hard work for us. That's the cool part. Yes.
If you can convince them that classical music will actually cause their brains to explode, they might go to Mars voluntarily. And yes, I am suggesting teaching Mars Attacks as an actual college course, just because if they're dumb enough to believe half the shit they believe right now, they're dumb enough to believe that.
I'm just thinking we persuade them Clockwork Orange is real and go with that. How does that sound as a concept?
Honestly, that's just emotional trauma, and honestly, they deserve it. So I actually fully support this idea.
Well, there is a drink on the market called Soylent Green, so we're not that far from
I
it.
know. I'm looking forward to trying that at some point. Hey, Shirati.
Well, apparently we're supposed to eat the bugs, so it's probably not going to be very long before we are looking at real steaks as not just a commodity, but it's like finding shipwreck gold.
Oh, can I do both of your brains in? In fact, what the hell? I'm going to go and do both of your brains for fun. Have you seen the film WALL-E?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do realise that the people on board that ship were eating each other, don't you?
Oh yeah, I actually picked up on that pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's just a lot of people, don't really think about that. That was spun protein. That was literally the corpses of those that came before them.
Well, when you're into recycling, go broke. You go full hog or go home.
Oh no, I agree, hon. I mean, let's be honest. I am known as the cannibal after all. So, hey, I am doing the ultimate in recycling. I really am.
To be fair, the more efficient way to go about it would be you feed the human corpses to the hogs, and then the hogs reproduce, and then you eat the hogs, and you need one. You can't have like a 2 link in the chain. You need a third.
I agree.
Also, might be the reason that a lot of religions say don't eat pigs, but that's just personal theory.
It says something, doesn't it? Suddenly,
it does make you wonder though, because cows don't eat human corpses. Goats, well, goats might, but I don't think they can digest it. Pigs, on the other hand, you could feed pretty much anything to a pig, so maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, pigs will eat anything.
Make you worried. Actually, it's a shame MC's not here because I'm sure he could give us lots of rather disturbing information on what pigs can and can't do. You know, him being an ex-farm boy and all that, but you know, he probably knows what he's talking about.
There's also a reason pigs are incredibly intelligent, like very, very smart, actually.
Fair point.
And there are
yes, TC.
There are instances of like pigs actually breaking out of their pens, not by like breaking through the fence or chewing through the fence, but by just opening the pen.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, want to go out. There are also instances of pigs leaving, going out, getting food, coming back, and then closing the pen.
Sweet.
Yeah, there's actually a video on YouTube. I forget what the title of it is, but it's just a pig opening a pig pen, walking, and then coming back like 30 minutes later, and then closing the pig pen so that the owner doesn't actually know they left.
Oh my god! It's
yeah,
basically
it's like
Shaun the Sheep.
Yeah, it's like, oh god. It's like the pigs have become fucking. They're sentient now, but they become very intelligent. We need to be worried about the pigs.
Right. Remember, Doku, 2 legs bad, 4 legs good.
Oh no, animal.
You didn't think I'd go there, did you? And the upgrade to that is 2 legs bad, 4 legs good, 6 nipples fun.
You know, see, it's bad because science fiction precedes science fact, and we've already hit the point where it's Brave New World and 1984 are basically already right here. So don't give me a reason to believe that Animal Farm is also going to become a thing, because it's we're screwed as it is. It doesn't need to get worse.
Why do you think it's not, dude? Okay, I know we've made the jokes about me and the cat girls, but let's assume that Elon Musk is considering going for this. He's basically going to turn into Dr. Moreau. You realise that, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and animals are going to outbreed humans by an absolute factor. So we don't become the island of Dr. Moreau, we become the world of Dr. Moreau.
But I have a question.
Go for it.
What do you... Don't answer this in the way I know you would like to answer it, but what do you do with genetically engineered cat girls? What purpose do they serve?
Pet them. See, I was a good boy. I didn't say what you knew I was going to say.
Yeah, I cut you off with a pass on that one, didn't I?
Apart from that, what you do is you use that as a basis, then you start going on to genetically engineered, and you just pick an animal. After all, can you imagine what a genetically engineered cow would be like? Literally, minotaurs.
Well, I was thinking with the cat girls, they've already got
cat girls. So
they've already got good night vision. They just got good vision in general. They should be limber. You're looking for a special forces team? Take like 5 of these cat girls.
Oh, you poor summer child. You know that the American military are actually doing this. I'm not joking. This is a real thing. They're taking the DNA from cats, specifically their sensory organs, and they're putting it into some of their soldiers in the hope that their soldiers become better observers and stealth.
Right, which will last until they are going through the jungle and find a dangly vine, and then that'll go to hell.
There is that little problem, yes. But oh wow, there's a mental image for you. You get a squad of Catgirl soldiers. The colonel comes over to them, and then one of them starts swiping his chest because it sees the sparkly medals, and they all want to
Mhm.
play.
Oh no.
So this is the way my mind works. You say cat girls in military uniforms, I'm thinking cat girls trudging through a jungle and then stopping to bat all the vines along the way.
I'm okay with this.
That and,
I
you know,
really am.
genetically modified cows. We're going to have minotaurs. Yes, nobody put a sign saying that the lunch special is a cheeseburger, please, or we're going to have a problem.
You know, I
After
feel like we're actually going through like a loop. Like we look at like Greek mythology or like just ancient human mythology. And it's like, yeah, we had manticores, minotaurs, nicomatas, all this stuff, and then stuff went really super scientific and we actually made it, and then society went to shit. Then I feel
Dude.
like we're at the end of that loop. We're about to come
Dude.
full circle.
I can prove it's working. Are you ready? Are you
Hmm.
ready for this? They're already turning people into sheep. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to disagree, but
Mm-hmm.
I
So,
can't.
yeah. Isn't life getting really exciting like that?
See, you know the thing is, I do. I'm not really religious.
Mhm.
I guess I would say I'm agnostic, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that if God does exist, he realized that getting directly involved wasn't really working, so he just decided to take a step back.
What happened was
The shit that we're doing right now is how you get God involved.
the whole thing is
Yeah.
we created it. My mom pointed this out the other day that we are supposed to be created in his image. Well, if you look at everybody on the planet and then you have that pop into your head, my reaction was God is one twisted motherfucker.
Hell yes.
Because you have idiots, you have comedians, you have lucid thinking people, you have serial killers, rapists, and you're like, okay, if all these are in God's image, he is one twisted motherfucker.
Well, to be fair, that
Disturbing,
aspect would come from more the idea of free will.
Well, you know, my personal thing is, you know, he created us in his image. He gave us free will. He realized that we are screwing shit up, so he went to Tahiti for a vacation with no return date.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, to be fair, he also technically Lucifer would have been his second in command, and look at what happened with that. So it's like, you know what? Maybe I messed this one up. Maybe I'll see how this plays out. The question is, how bad do we have to fuck shit up before he actually finally comes in and says, like, okay, no, you've gone too far?
I just want to give you an interesting mental image for you. You realise that Lucifer would count as libertarian, don't you?
And it's not wrong.
No, it's that pause that you give as you go, oh God, he's right.
No, it's not wrong. And I've actually made this point with a lot of people before when the religious argument comes up.
Mm-hmm.
God gave Lucifer exactly what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he didn't punish him. Like, people say, like, oh, God punished Lucifer. No, he didn't. Lucifer wanted control of his own kingdom. What did he get?
Yep.
Control of his own kingdom.
Yep.
Like, God is actually benevolent. It's just also he recognizes, like, look, if you want to fuck shit up, then that's not my problem. He has the like, let's be honest here. You're talking about a being, a deity, whatever you want to call it, that has the power to create existence, create sentience, create things in his own image. And you come to him like, I'm gonna take your power away from you. I'm gonna be the king. And he's just like, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. Do you really think that he's going to be that concerned? Because as far as I'm concerned, looking at things logically, no, I don't think he really cares that much. I think it's more like, oh, so Lucifer wants his own kingdom. All right, here's your own kingdom. The humans are doing stupid shit. Okay, maybe don't do that, but it's kind of more like a poke. I'm not gonna like intervene that much.
Okay.
Now,
all yours, mate. Read that one.
According to the most reliable of blue-haired check marks on Twitter, God is racist for creating white people.
And I knew you'd find that one funny. But as we're doing this whole religious thing, I just want to point out, okay, nothing has happened that God was not already pre-planned for, which means he knew Lucifer was going to do what he was going to do. He knows what we're going to do, what we're going to do. What kind of twisted some bitch is he?
I mean, again, if you know everything, why would you intervene? It should technically all be according to plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless there is actually no God and this is a massive computer run by 2 mice.
I'm willing to accept that. Just remember, grab your towel.
Right.
Well, it could be like Arfueta, where it's more just this is all done for the personal amusement of whoever is running the show. In which case, well, we're kind of fucked. So
No, we're not fucked. The dragon's fucked. Let's be honest, dude. Okay, that dragon is screwed.
only
Gotcha.
after you get the big metal pyre driver.
If you haven't seen Afueta, the dragon is she's a masochist, and it involves a spike in her ass. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm good.
Very subtle.
I agree.
Honestly,
Hey.
the way I view it is this, and I'm not going to get like terribly philosophical. I'm just going to be very brief. The way I view the universe is everything's sitting on a pool table. The billiards are all lined up. Someone is smart enough or intelligent enough or has the power to hit the cue ball and make sure every single ball falls into all the pockets with one strike. And that's exactly what happens. Why am I going to stop why am I going to stop any of these billiard balls before they've all landed in the pocket? I mean, I set everything in motion. I don't need to do anything. And I think right now that's what we're seeing. That's just the universe.
Shraki has a point, and I actually think it's going to be interesting. What about black people with skin condition, whatever that is, and albinism? Are they racist? Yes, actually, that's the problem. They would be classed as racist. After all, they have changed their color to the hated white man, even though they're not doing it themselves.
Oh,
Right.
Oh no, bacteria is also racist.
Yeah. Next.
That was like the one conversation we had way back on my news channel when they were, when all this shit started unraveling to begin with. And they're like, so what do you consider yourself? I said, well, I'm Cuban and you look at me and I'm white. So the white part of me has to write a reparation check to the Cuban part of me for being cannibalized, colonized. So the way I see it, I'm getting a steady stream of checks that aren't worth anything because I'm broke.
That I can't really. I don't have like a good denial or rebuttal for that.
So Bronkin's come up with a concept for you. White blood cells are racist.
Oh,
There's not really anything you can say to that, is there?
If we're going by modern definition and standards, then yeah, I guess technically you would be correct because, well, first off, what do the white blood cells kill?
Viruses.
Yeah.
But what color are the viruses? Are the viruses also white?
Good question.
If the viruses are white, then CNN can't report on it. And if CNN doesn't report on it, then it's not racist.
Even better than this, okay? Now that we know that white blood cells are racist, do you realize if you give blood, you're a colonist? Sorry, colonialist. Yeah? Yeah. You are welcome, Goku. I really think that would be hilarious as hell if you put that on Twitter. Hint, hint.
All right, so
I think you like that one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I can almost hear him typing it now.
No, you're imagining things.
Clicky. Yep. Well, this is coming up to the hour. I think we will unfortunately end it here. Thank you very much.
Just hold on for a second.
Oh God, he is actually doing it. He's actually. It's almost as good as when we actually tried to persuade them that snow was racist. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I'm surprised that one never actually took off because I thought that would have been low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. I still like the idea of when you do thumbs up, it's one above all, and that should be racist. Yeah.
It should be, but again, do you think they realized that it was bait?
Yeah, I hope so. It just shows how dumb people are that actually consider this sort of thing as racist. It's not racist. Thumbs up. It's yeah, well done, mate. Or yes. That's it. Nothing technical about it. It doesn't matter who's using it. It just means yes, well done. You know, other terms like that. That's all. And you're right, Batman. Blood is communist. It's red. Well, technically, it's not. It's blue. It becomes red because it's rust, which is quite an amusing thing.
So,
You can do it.
Did
Go
I
for a
did
word.
I word this properly?
Okay. If white is racist and we have white blood cells in us, then it's donating blood colonizing. Yes. Do it. Just hit tweet. Just do it. Yes. I need to know what people are going to say to that one. You have to let me know how that goes.
I'm curious myself. But it is a good question. If white is racist and we have white blood cells, then is donating blood colonizing? I would love to see where the progressive logic goes, because I find it fascinating.
Yeah. There's a whole world that could easily come because of this, and I have no idea where this is going to go.
And
all right.
I don't care where it goes, as long as it gives us a laugh.
I'm pretty sure it will. But Maddie, is there anything you would like to say to the wonderful people that came along and listened to us idiots?
Nope. But thank you for having me on again. Oh yeah. Today, a little after 10 o'clock, I'm getting a phone call from a nurse that's going to tell me all about chemo and all of its side effects. So that's going to be fun.
Ow, you poor thing. Good luck.
Thank
I
you.
mean that genuinely.
Yeah, I hope that goes well for you. That doesn't sound like a fun conversation, but I'll be saying a prayer and tipping a hat to you and hoping that goes well, because yeah, fuck that, man.
Yeah, I did. I didn't expect when I went in for a physical to come out with cancer, and it's like, hey, come on, can I do this again, please? You sure you don't have somebody else's tests? What the hell?
Yeah, that I wish I had something to say. But I do hope everything comes hope everything comes out good and you get good news, because yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
Thanks.
I think I can safely say all of us here wish you all the best, huh? We really do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Doku, any final words about this crap we've been talking about?
The only final word I have is, if you're on the side of people who are trying to defend, you know what? No, I'm not even going to do that.
Okay.
The world's gone to shit. If you can't figure out what side is the shit one, then you're beyond help.
Yep. Fair. Okay, my turn. Don't forget, people. If the nice gentleman rapes you, your family, your wife, your children, your grandmother, and your mother in front of you, as long as they say, "Oh, I'm sorry," they won't be charged. Bye-bye, everybody.